Hello and welcome to another video with me, Ginger and the Travelling Coffee Cup. Today's video is from Yorkshire. For the first time in 2 years, we're going to be doing a video in there. Coffee Cup's here, of course he is. First time in 2 years, back at the National Railway Museum in York. So how about we head down the bridge and across to the NRM and go and see where they're up to with their renovation, and also to go and see some very famous old trains. So let's get on the bridge and let's go and have a look. There are a few trains that put a bigger smile on my face than this one over here. 4468, built in Doncaster and holds the fastest speed ever achieved by a train. 126 miles an hour. Mallard. LNR Class A4 Pacific, blue with red wheels. I have not seen this train in coming up to now 2 years, and it still looks as beautiful then as it does now. This way, one place you wouldn't want to be stood anywhere near it when it was going at its full speed. And the carriage at the back was connected to it when it did its 126 mile an hour run. And quite rightly, they've been preserved together. Now, I do love seeing Flying Scotsman on the railways, but seeing this would be one of the coolest experiences ever. The reason you won't is because in there is a boiler with a crack in it, and there are no plans to restore it anytime soon. So unfortunately, this is as fast as it'll ever go again, unless someone pays for the boiler to be replaced. And can someone please do that, because I would love to see this run one last time. Take a trip up there, shall we, and see what the rest of the National Railway Museum in York looks like, as it is currently under a massive renovation project. But I still love this train as much as I did last time I saw it. And that is what the inside of a steam train looks like. Beautiful. Last time we came, and it's on the video, in the shed, which is just down there, was the Flying Scotsman. It's currently out doing its thing at the minute, which means it's not here for us to see. If we come up here, we'll see the rest of the trains that are currently out on display. That's the train you normally are able to walk under. Obviously at the minute it's being renovated and changed. The Duchess of Hamilton has moved, because last time I was here it was there. The Shinkansen is there. Got the Eurostar, which we've been on since we've last been here. And one of the intercity power cars as well. I can't wait to see what this looks like when it's all finished. So normally you came through there. So all that's currently closed, you can't get to it until potentially next year. But I wonder if we can go through there to a part I've not been to in a number of years. Now, last time we were here, the King's Light Infantry diesel locomotive was the Flying Scotsman. This is a whole exhibit designed for the Flying Scotsman, as you can see here. It is currently marauding the British rail network as we speak. Whenever we'll see it again, I'm not too sure. But it's just nice to see all the different and old railway signs and everything like that that now take up residence at one of the National Railway Museums. Obviously we've got the one here in York and one in Sheldon. Now I think this is the other half of the train that's currently walled off. Is one thing I love about this museum. Like, even the parts that aren't like in the main hall are thoroughly well looked after in cases, just so you can just admire them and look at them. It is an amazing place just to walk around. If you like trains, of course. Now, there was something here last time I came in that I don't know if it's still here. Oh, yeah, it is. Anyone a fan of Harry Potter? But let's see if we can go up here. Now there's a view. The whole of the North Shed. Everything well preserved as it should be. All different platform signs. There's a sign for one of my favourite stations in Yorkshire, Batley. The Ale Trail, which I will do again when it's all finished, because at the minute you can't do that particular line. I know, how unfortunate. Lime Street Station Plan. I wonder if Liverpool Lime Street still looks like that now. It probably does, actually, thinking about it. But let's see if we can get to somewhere we've not been in the National Railway Museum in York for a very, very long time. I've not had this view of York Station in what feels like years. I remember when I came during COVID, this was closed, you couldn't use it. Now that door isn't open, but that one was, so we're alright, we're all good. And there is York Station on a beautiful Monday morning. Now there are some severe delays on the railways going north of York today, due to a incident at North Allerton. On the other side of the country, in Carlisle, the train can't go any further north than Carlisle at the minute, so even if you were going to come to this side of the country and then get a train up, you're going to have delays here as well. I will try and do a video there as well today. Obviously with the train delays, I need to get home. So, you know, I'm thinking, why am I wearing this? Because in the shade, it's still cold. And, well, this is lighter than my hoodies that I have, and I thought, why not? So let's see if we can see some trains going past here. Just missed Grand Central going in. We should see some Northern and maybe LNER and possibly Trans-Pennine Express. Make a lot of noise coming into York Station. Now from a faster resumer to a more gentler paced Northern. It's quite funny how the railways have gone from the A4 Pacific Mallard to those Azumas in what? 60 years? 60, 70 years? Wonder it will be another 60, 70 years. Will Britain finally have a bullet train? Who knows? Speaking of the bullet train, Japan's definitely on my list of countries I need to go to because, you know, railways, fast trains. I'm gonna go and see the Shinkansen and also the Eurostar. But at the minute, I'm going to enjoy the view because, yes, it's warm, but being indoors is a lot warmer. Getting my new phone, I thought we need to go somewhere that we've not been in years and actually see how good this phone is. And I cannot lie, the S26 is brilliant. I absolutely love this thing. I mean, I know I said that the colours was good on the last one, the S23, but this is just as good, if not better. And I'm actually really enjoying like using it. I can slow things down, speed things up. It's brilliant. And it's definitely making the trains look really good. I think obviously with the incidents happening in Northallerton, I don't think we're going to see a lot from up here at the minute. But I do hope when we do the video in a bit over there at York Station, I will get more trains in. I'm even looking towards the Scarborough platforms, and there's no TP Express in there either, so yeah, I think we might have to abandon this part of the museum for now and go back in and see some trains that are from the pages of history.
Lower quadrant stop on distant signals, have arms which move downwards to the opposition.
I remember being a child, and those signals that you see in there that are walled off and that you can't touch. I remember when in the Great Hall, it was roughly near where the Mallard is now, just a bit further away, you see the semaphore signals from the bridge. You used to be able to like pull levers and make the signals change and stuff. I really enjoyed doing that, and I was like, why have you got rid of it? Why have you got rid of that? Lumo! I mean, it's nice seeing them up close like that, but to actually use them was so much better. And if anyone from the NRM is watching, can you please put that back in? Because that was really good. And it was free as well. Like this museum, unless you want to pay for a donation, is free to get in. You just need to get a ticket, which is free. Get in the place. You can donate when you pay for your ticket as well. But yeah, that was like one of the things that I really enjoyed doing as a child. Which kind of might have helped you get hooked on trains, but who knows? So now we've seen some signals. Let's go see some trains. We have been on the Eurostar. Sadly, it wasn't one of the Class 33s or Class 373s Eurostar. It was one of the newer versions, the Hitachi ones. And I've got to say, I thoroughly enjoyed my experience on it. You do still see a generation of these at King's Cross St Pancras, but none of the original ones. Now this, the Intercity 125. The original high-speed train. This one, if you can just look down the train a bit, used to belong to Great Western Railway. What are 48 miles an hour? The flying banana. Very good. So the difference between this and where is she? That, obviously one powered by steam, the other not, is 20 miles an hour. So even though like the very existence of those, I mean, how far apart are they? About 30 years? And they only went 20 miles an hour faster. Which just shows how quick the Mallard was. When it comes to speed of trains, there is one country that leaves Britain and most of the world trailing behind. Yes, we have Mallard. We had the HST. We even had the Eurostar. But nothing compares to the speed of that thing. The Shinkansen, or in simple English, the bullet train. One of, if not the, fastest train on rails. That uses wheels anyway. The design may have changed over the years, but the Shinkansen rules the roost when it comes to high-speed rail travel on planet Earth. I mean, bullet train. I can see how it got its name, I can't lie. No, it's not very well seeing it from the outside. How about we go in and have a look inside and what creature comforts you get while you're travelling on a bullet train. I'm actually quite interested to see this. I mean, I have been in before, obviously, but nice to see it again, though, isn't it? It's a dog to get in. Well, you're all facing the wrong way, especially if you're going that way. But that feels really weird. And after the train it changes when you face it that way. I can't lie, facing that way while the train's going that way at the speed of a bullet, I bet that's quite a experience. Look at the old school design of that train, eh? Beautiful. Now, from high speed in Japan to steam power in Russia. And this is how big it is. There's at least another foot. And the same size as these wheels. I mean, that is just massive. I mean, it makes me look small, and that's no easy feat. I mean, you look at it from the front, I mean, that is just... Do you know what it reminds me of? I know it's a different country altogether, but do you know what that reminds me of? You ever seen the film Polar Express? Now, I have been here a few times when I've seen this spin. I would like to see the Mallard on this one day, that would be very nice to see, wouldn't it? Seeing the Mallard spin round. Now, as we know, I do love the Mallard. The Mallard is away and clear. I love it more than I love the Voyagers, Novas, and the Azumas that we see on the rails today. However, there's one steam train, apart from Flying Scotsman, that I put near the Mallard. And it's primarily down to the way it looks. I mean, it's like someone looked at Mallard and went, if we just change the front, we could compete with them. So that's exactly what they did. They took the sloping end, the front end of Mallard, and went, instead of making it a slope like that, make it like that shape. Then we're going to paint it burgundy with some gold accents, and we're going to call it the Duchess of Hamilton. And that is the end result. Doesn't she look beautiful? Duchess of Hamilton. 6229. 1936 for Mallard and 1938 for this beautiful thing. The Russian one, I can't get underneath the wheels. Actually, I can. Oh my god. These wheels are huge. Beautiful thing. That's the first time I've ever gone underneath there, because those wheels are huge. Now, we've seen Mallard's cab. How about we see Duchess of Hamilton's cab? I just want to say, just filmed a bit then with the Duchess of Hamilton, and I said it was built in 1938 and this thing was built in 1936. That's wrong. They were both built in the same year. This one in Doncaster, the Duchess of Hamilton, which is behind that hoarding, in Crewe. So, built not very far apart. And last time I came, I'm pretty sure, in fact I'll put a picture in if I've got one, Well, I think they were pretty next to each other last time I came here. It's just really nice to see that they're both still here, but I just wanted to confirm that they were both built in the same year, and this is how far each of the works were apart. It just shows the competition that they had back in the 30s between LNER and LMS to build fast trains. And, well, one holds the record for the fastest steam train ever, and the other one looked beautiful in its maroon and gold, but no record to its name, unfortunately. Now, I remember when I was talking about the model railway that's in the North Shed, and mine's a bit smaller, and it's in pieces. Well, the National Railway Museum in York has a smaller gauge one. No, it's not this. The Eurostar, one half of the building machine, the other half is the tunnel boring machine, which is somewhere under the English Channel. It's
This is the carriage section. Oh, there is this one.
And mine is not that big either. I think it was fitted on like 3 or 4 decorating things like you do wallpaper pasting on. I'll just put it on top of that. I've still got it, it's in pieces. If I ever get the chance to rebuild it, I will rebuild it, and I will show you on this channel as well. Because I've got to say, I thoroughly enjoyed building it, and I would love to have it again, but life has got in the way of that, unfortunately. But we saw it before. Let's go and have a look at now, until recently, the last ever built steam engine in Britain. Here she is, 9220 Evening Star. And it even has a nameplate on its side that says it's the last steam locomotive for British Railway. Named in Swindon in 1960. And it's in British Rail green. Obviously now we have Tornado and Flying Scotsman still running the railways, but it would have been nice to see this run, but I don't think that'll happen anytime soon. And it only ran for 5 years under its own power, which is crazy, really. You build trains now when they run for like 10, 15, maybe 20 years. That and they run for 5. And I bet when they built it, they thought it would be running for a lot more than 5 years. So I think there's plenty of running left in this old girl, but you'll probably never ever see a set of tracks and clear railway in front of it ever again. Which is a shame, really. And you can tell it was a British Railway engine because look what it's got on the back. But I think out of all the trains here, when it is here, Flying Scotsman, Mallard, Duchess of Hamilton are the steam engines that everyone comes to see, but this is the last of British Rail's engines, and it definitely deserves its place in this museum. And I have come to this museum countless times over my life. I think it's like 4 times on this channel, but we've never done Shildon. And I've always said, I'm going to do Shildon, I'm going to do Shildon, I'm going to do Shildon. Well, guess what? In October, I'm going to Newcastle for 3 days. One of those days, hopefully, if the train gods allow it, and everything's running on time, and everything's great, and everything's hunky-dory, we will finally go to Shildon, because I want to see the trains that are there as well. I mean, I know we're not going to see Mallard or Flying Scotsman or Evening Star for that matter, but I'm pretty sure we see some nice trains nonetheless. Now, as much as I love the Mallard, Duchess of Hamilton, Flying Scotsman, Tornado, Evening Star, there's one train and one man that started it all. Sadly, his train isn't here to see. There's a copy of it somewhere. But there's one man that designed and built a train that ran from Liverpool to Manchester. His name, Stephenson's Rocket. The man that built it, George Stephenson. Father of the railways. Absolutely guaranteed 100%. Deserves his place in history. And without him, none of this would exist. Well, it would, just wouldn't be him that would be celebrated for it. But it's amazing that in the space of 200 years, we've gone from things that to things that look like that. And when I go to that 200-year celebration of the British Railway Network in August at the Alston Depot in Derby, I cannot wait to see all the trains that are there. And yes, the one that I really wanted to see that's normally here but isn't, Flying Scotsman, will be there. And we will see it for the first time this year. So that's definitely worth a visit, 100%. But yeah, where will we be when British Rail reaches 400 years old? Well, I know one thing for certain, I won't be here. So there we go. And if I ever do have children and grandchildren and they want to continue this channel on, they will do. Probably not, but you know. Who knows? Let's have one last look around the museum before we close out today's video, shall we? I always enjoy a trip to this museum. Yes, I've seen it countless times and it's not been finished being renovated yet, but it's always nice to see it, especially when I get to see this. My favourite train ever. And I can't think of a better place to end today's video here at the National Railway Museum in York than in front of my favourite train in the entire world. So I do hope you enjoyed this video here at the National Railway Museum in York. Hopefully next time we come it will be all finished and we'll be able to see what all the building work is done. But until then, I do hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to miss the video. Me and the Coffee Cup will see you in the next one, which hopefully will take place less than half a mile from here.